So you just have a little bit of stress right there. And I'm just going to be plucking it. So this is a pretty heavy mouth soundy, but also visual trigger style video for you. So if you're into that, then this is the perfect video for you, for you, for you. So let me just get to that. Okay, okay. Let's get into this. And you know, the stress that you could be experiencing could be for God knows millions and millions of freaking reasons these days, right? It could be for any reason. Something small, something big. But I don't remember if I talked about this in my last video. I feel like I always say this every once in a while. But of course, what we stress about falls into one of two categories. It is things that we can control and then things that we cannot control. Of course, with the things you can't control, it's not really good news that you can't control it, obviously, but there's nothing that can actually be done. Maybe you just need time, maybe, I mean, that's usually one way to deal or cope with that type of stress. Maybe you just need some time. And then as for the things that you can control, well, that's actually the good news, is that even though it might be stressful, you have the ability to do something about it. Sometimes that can also be a little spooky, because then maybe you're not doing something about it and you like know that you can, right? Which has happened to me, you know, all the time. But I will tell you, for the majority of stress that you are in control of, I will tell you that doing the actual thing that you are usually avoiding that is causing that stress will pretty much always stop the anxiety. Because what's funny is, like, even filming this video, like, I was like, okay, I can first we'll pluck away that stress. I was thinking, like, I could do this video later, or this or that and the other, and like the moment I actually sat down, I was like, I'm gonna get the not to like get the thing out of the way, but in terms of like not sitting with something all day knowing that you have to do this thing, that if you just did it now, you would know it was checked off your list, right? So the ability to, hopefully my mic didn't make a loud noise, a wire on it just dropped, but just having the ability to realize that delaying the thing that is causing all of the, like, I gotta do this later, I gotta do this at some point, is kind of the thing that's causing this background of, you know, maybe a chaotic mind, because you have all these open loops, right? All these open loops that you haven't actually closed because you have things to do that you're putting off or not doing. And trust me, I understand this big time. But again, that is day-to-day task stress. But that being said, if you do take things day by day, eventually, you know, this is for the bigger picture, but this is something that I also need help with. Pluck away that stress. Because even with this channel, I have been fighting with what do I do. This is gonna be a side tangent so that they can get more dough. So, am I helping you with your stress, or am I just venting about my stresses? I was trying to make it relatable. And again, obviously there are bigger things in the world than what I am talking about. And trust me, I've experienced I think I've gotten more, chill with it. Like, I think at one point I would have been super stressed out about just not everything, but there's just so much going on in life, which kind of is unfortunate, that there's so much to be, you're aware of so many things that anything being slightly off might activate that stress for you, which is why I think it's important that usually at the end of the night, maybe I had a long day, or maybe I didn't do anything, whatever it is, right? And I'll usually watch some ASMR, almost as a reward, just something to kind of calm me down. But it is something I genuinely look forward to, especially when I'm tired. I got the lights dim, or off really, maybe some red light, and then I can just kind of shut down the mind. Because it's always kind of scanning for problems or abnormalities, if you will, which is good. But when you're constantly having this brain running, it can kind of interfere, hold you back, because you're always in this kind of fight or flight, or just unrelaxed feeling that you have, right? And that's not good. That obviously is kind of impeding on the real you. Because obviously you act two different ways when you are stress-free versus stressed. Like I said, just take a breath. Relax, realize you are here. You are okay in this moment. Even if your mind's trying to tell you 1,000 different things, that you're not okay for X, for Y, for Z, don't buy that crap. Don't buy that crap for a second, because right now we're just plucking it away and we're relaxing. All those things can be true. We could have things we are stressed about. But another way to look at it too is, the common thing, that it's not what happens, it's how you react to it. You can build a tolerance for these things, so you could 100% have things pop up that are not good, and just acknowledge that they're not ideal or good, and then tackle them, or just have again, it depends on the problem, of course. It 100% depends on the problem, but I mean, if it's something that can be tackled, right? I could have a loser's mindset about all this YouTube stuff. I don't know if it's gonna work out, I don't know about this, and those are big deals, if I want to really do this. But there's that mindset of alright, well, I'm cooked, I'm pretty much, I can't do anything. Or would it be more appropriate for me, and again, it's not saying it's not bad, I'm not gaslighting myself, I'm not looking at this and being this is actually great news. No, I'm saying this absolutely is not what I wanted, this is not ideal, this sucks. Now what do I do, right? And it's just the ability to, it's resiliency, even when I lost my channel, there is a version of me, right, that in literally 2 days got a new channel up, started posting, didn't care, back to it, doesn't matter. But I took a ton of time to be what do I do? I took a month off, I was uploading randomly all over the place, and here we are a year later, and I'm I could have uploaded every day for a year, you know what I mean? So, and that would help me with this new YouTube god, I had 8,000 watch hours, which is the new thing. But again, that kind of resiliency mindset of like a situation not being ideal, acknowledged, yet. What now? What do I do? Okay, done. Which, by the way, this channel too is not the only time I've had to like bounce back from something that was like, yeah, it's, trust me, we've all had it, right? We've all had it. Or maybe you are resilient, but I've had many situations in my life where the comeback time was sad. It was just a sad amount of comeback time. It took me way too long. Which again, like looking back, it is what it is. But I'm starting to realize like, oh, that's a tolerance. That's something I can build up so that the next time something like this happens, I'm just on to the next. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So look, I plucked some stress, and I hope me talking, besides the part where I was just telling you my problems at the start, relatively helped you, because I was gonna just, pluck the whole time. But I figured kind of talking you through, and maybe, I mean, I was pretty general with it, is able to kind of calm you down and make you, realize that people out there, understand what's happening no matter what it is. Everyone's going through something, and yeah, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, but I want to thank you for watching. If you have any video ideas, let me know down in the comments below. If you do watch these videos and you never commented before, feel free to drop a comment, because low-key, I freaking love the comments. Like, if nobody commented on these videos, I probably would be more keen to like, not like stop making them, but there's times where I'm just like, oh, I literally gotta make these videos because like the homies are watching this, not like my buds or anything. I mean like the homies that have been on this channel for a bit, or whether you're new, whatever, So yeah, if anything, I don't even care about the likes or anything.